Hey YouTube, today I want to share with you the secret to selling without selling. Why? Because so many business owners and sales professionals are bad. Like sales, especially in the UK where I live, oh, it is shocking, terrible. And here's the worst thing, is most people think that they're good at sales and they're not. Why? Because they've been taught that in order to sell effectively, you need to push, 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 push. You need to be aggressive. You need to be dominant. You need to tell people what to do. So let me tell you the first secret to selling without selling. And actually, this formula has made me millions of pounds and has helped make my clients millions of pounds as well. And I want to share it with you, okay? And it's called the paid sales process, right? And the key to this is selling is not about telling people what to do. What's it about? It's about asking the right questions that have them persuade themselves that working with you is the best next step. Why is that important? Because when you tell somebody what to do, then they automatically develop an internal negative resistance to it. Like, no, I don't want to do that. That's long. Nah, like when you tell people, like it's like when a teacher tells you what to do in school, right? Like, go and read your book. Like, no, I don't want to do it now. I was gonna do that, but like it just develops a neurological resistance, right? And I studied neuroscience to learn this. So what you've got to do is you've got to ask world-class questions. So this paid sales process that is going to help you to get paid is going to be worth tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds to you. And I can assure you that if you're not following this type of process and you're not asking world-class questions, then you're going to be losing world-class revenue. All right, cool. So the first step is around the problem. Why? Because if people don't know what problems they have, then how are you going to be able to serve them to the new solution? It's not possible, and you will come across as inauthentic and somebody that is just trying to push a sell. So just like a doctor, when you go into a doctor's surgery, they say, hey, what's the problem? Or hey, what's the matter? Right? Because they have to diagnose the problem in order to identify and clarify the solution. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So in order to establish the problem, you've got to clarify the key challenge. So how do you do that? Well, one question that you might ask, and by the way, there's loads of different stuff that I teach and loads of different layers to questioning and stuff. But what I want to do today is I'll give you an overview, right? So clarify the key challenge. So you might ask, hey, what was it that inspired you to book the call? And what are they typically going to go into? 80, 90% of the time, they're going to tell you about their challenges. Yeah, well, you know, I've seen you on Instagram, Jazz, and you deliver amazing value in terms of scaling businesses. And I've got a business now, and it's sort of doing like 5, 6 grand a month, but I know I can push it further and blah, blah. And they will just go into their story. So what are you doing, right? You're asking one question that allows them to expand and explore. And what you need to do inside this problem arena is you need to expand on the problem. How do you do that? Well, one question leads to another. So what inspired you to book the call? They say X, Y, Z. You say, and oh, you know, I want to grow my business, but I'm not quite sure how to get there, blah, blah, blah. And might say, okay, well, you know, what's kept you stuck at 5 grand so far? Oh, they might say, oh, you know, I just don't have the right marketing process in place. I'm not sure how to sell my products and services. I'm not sure if I'm doing it at the right price point, blah, blah, blah. Here's the killer question. Don't stay surface level and ask a deeper question that's like, and how's that impacting you? How long have you been stuck at that level? How long's that impacting you? And what's the consequences of all of that? What else is the problem? What else is missing in your business? What else is missing? Like if someone comes to you with back pain, what else is missing? Like how's that affecting your ability to enjoy time with loved ones, as an example, right? So dig deep into the problem. Don't stay surface level, go deeper. Why? Because what you are doing, you are going deep into the problem so that then you're pressing down on the problem so that then when you start to accelerate into the solution and you start to accelerate into the desired outcome that they want to be, now you've created what we call a gap. And if that gap between where they are and where they want to be is small, then it creates less desire for them to move forward. Oh my goodness, that's a game changer. That's a game changer. So if the difference between where they are and where they want to be is now elongated by them expressing to themselves that that gap is huge, oh my goodness, then there's more urgency for them in order to take the decision to say, working with you is the best next thing to do, and I need to do it now. Does that make sense? All right, cool. If you're getting value from this video, by the way, remember to like and subscribe. Why? So that I can deliver more amazing content like this, because I deliver the content based upon what you like. All right, cool. So clarify the problem. And then what do you do next? This is the bit where we do what we call accelerate into. So then you want to clarify the desired outcome. Clarify the desired outcome. How do you do that? Well, you might ask another question. Again, this is getting them to do the work, not getting you to do the work, okay? So just to be clear, Melissa, this is where you are right now. You're struggling to grow your business. Totally got that. And by the way, if we were to deliver an amazing 10 out of 10 solution for you, what would that look like on the other side? What am I doing? I'm not telling them at this point, my program is going to help you this. I can help you solve your problem. I can help you with HR. I can help you with therapy. No. All you're doing is you're getting them to talk about what solutions they want. Because once you know what they want, as Jim Rohn famously said, once you get enough people what they want, you will always have what you want. So you've got to accelerate them into the desired solution by asking a question like, so, if we were to deliver an amazing 10 out of 10 service, what would that look like for you? And with that outcome, where would you be in the next 6 months? Another way to phrase that question might be, so if we had a time machine and we accelerated you 6 months down the line, where would you be at that point? And then again, expand into the acceleration. And what would that do for your revenue? Oh my goodness, I would go from like 7 grand a month to like 21 grand a month. And how would that help you? All I'm doing is I'm expanding into the solution. I'm expanding into the acceleration phase. I'm getting them to visualize a picture in their mind of where they want to be before I demonstrate how I can help them to get there. Does this make sense? So you accelerate them into the future solution, and then this is the most important bit. Most people think that the final bit is the most important bit. They call it the close. It's not. This is the most important bit. So if you take anything away from this conversation, take this. This, by the way, increased our sales significantly, literally overnight. Okay? Literally overnight. Why? Because we asked one extra question. And have you ever got to the end of a sales conversation, you're like, how do you want to move forward? And like, oh, that sounds amazing. Let me just wait 3 months. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. You're like, oh my goodness, this is going to change everything for me. It's so amazing. But let me go and figure some stuff out financially, or let me go and talk to my husband, or let me go and talk to my wife, or let me go and think about it for another 3 months before I make a decision. That's dumb. Why is that dumb? Because people then stay stuck here in the problem. And if you get to that space, if you're getting that quite a lot, the problem is that you've not expanded enough on the problem. You've not identified it enough. You've not clarified it enough. You've not dug deep enough into the problem and heightened their problem to actually make it a visual, vivid, dynamic experience that they're living in now, because most people don't recognize that they have a freaking problem that they need to solve. Anyway, rant over. So this step is called isolate. So once you've expanded and accelerated into their desired outcome, okay, I want to be generating 20 grand a month in my business so that I can travel more, and it's going to give me more time with my 6-year-old son, Simon, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Okay, excellent. Here's the killer question. Melissa, why this might sound like a silly question, but why is that important to you now, though? I mean, why not just delay scaling your business for another 6-12 months like most of the other unsuccessful consultants? Game-changing question. Why? Because what are they going to say? Well, I don't want to delay scaling my business because my son is now 5. He's growing up. He's, I want him to look at me as a role model. I don't want him to just think of his mum as an average Joe. Whatever it is, they're going to tell you why now is an important time for them to move forward. They're going to tell you why now it's important for them to make a determined decision, not to delay. Because the reason why people stay stuck is because they delay. So your role is not to tell them, oh, you should do this now because we've got 30% off. No. Don't park that for a minute, right? Just ask them the question. So why is this important to take action now? Why not just delay this decision for another 6 months like most of the other unsuccessful people in your industry? And ask it in a really curious way. Oh, game changer. Anyway, let's move on. And by the way, in our programs and the way that we teach, there's so many different layers to like questions, tonality, and all of that sort of stuff in order to deliver this with a high degree of confidence, clarity, and conviction. But what I'm doing right now is giving you the essence. And here's a brilliant bit. And by the way, stay with me to the end. Why? Because this is going to uncover all of it for you and frame it all together in a way that's going to help you to make more money. All right? Cool. So finally, this is the last bit, and most people do this up top. What you want to do is you want to do it at the bottom, demonstrate. And this is like, this is where most sales are lost, by the way. So you've got to pay attention right here. And you've got to demonstrate how your solution is the bridge between where they are and where they want to be. So 0 over here in a problem, whatever that problem might be, bad relationship, bad health, poor relationships with loved ones, whatever it is, poor investment portfolio. And where they want to be is on the other side: wealth, success, opportunity, better relationships, better love with their spouse if you're a relationship coach, and so on and so forth. Cool. So now you've got to demonstrate how your solution is going to help. And you don't do that through telling them what to do, but you do that through asking questions. Again, world-class questions. So the question might be, Melissa, I totally get that. So where you are is in this position where you're generating like 5-6K a month, and where you want to be is 21. And that's really going to help. Do you remember when you said that you really wanted to get more customers and attract more customers into your business? Yeah, sure. So the way that we help our clients with that is the XYZ process. And we show them a clear and profitable way to be able to attract more customers so that they can actually start to bring customers in without much of their effort. Can you share with me, Melissa, how would that help you? Oh, it's a game-changing question, because most people would just say, oh, well, we do this and we do that and we do this. Do you want to buy? No, it's going to kill a lot of your sales, because most people are still in the undecided state. So even when they explain that they're really excited about working with you, they're still undecided, or they're still unmotivated. They might be decided logically, but they're unmotivated emotionally. And if they're not motivated emotionally, then you will get, oh, I'll think about it. Right? Which is a problem for you, and actually you've let them down, because actually you've allowed them to stay in the problem state. And that's the way that I look at selling. It's serving. All right, cool. Enough on the philosophy. So demonstrate how your solution is the bridge by asking that question around, okay, so how would that, can you see how that might help you? Yeah, sure. And how would that benefit you? And do you remember when you said that you wanted to be able to charge a premium price point, but you weren't quite sure how to do that? And that was causing you a lot of stress and constraint and causing you to work harder, have less time with your son, Simon, and not achieve the desires that you want. Do you remember that? Yeah, sure. Well, the ways that we solve that is bang, bang, bang. How would that benefit you? Oh, that would benefit me massively. Well, okay, great. Now, what we've got is we've got the XYZ program and the ABC program that's really going to help you to move forward. So look, if we had an amazing £2,000 program that's going to help you to get to that 21 grand a month, would there be anything stopping you from moving forward today? What? Why am I asking if there's anything stopping them? And notice the phraseology of the question. If we had an amazing £2,000 first class opportunity, the £2,000 is subtle, right? It's seeded into the messaging. So it's not the focus point. The focus point to help you get to the 21 grand a month that you're looking for, or to help you get that relationship with your husband, your wife that you're looking for, or to be able to get in that perfect shape that you're looking for so that you can enjoy picking up your son and spending, whatever it is, desires. Now you're speaking to the desires, speaking to the heart rather than speaking to the head. Would there be anything stopping you from moving forward today? And they will ask them in one of two ways. They will say, no, nothing's stopping me from moving forward. And then you can talk more about your products and services and go more detail into how that can help them. And then finally, end with this, by the way. Okay, got that. And they might say, okay, yeah, sounds amazing. I'm in. How do I pay? That's where you want to get them to, right? You don't even want to get them to a state where you're asking them to pay. It's like, how do I pay, right? And then you can just give them the opportunity to do so. Or they might say, sounds amazing, everything is great, but I just don't have the £2,000 right now. And then you can talk into or ask questions or, oh, got it, so you don't have 2,000. So if we had an amazing opportunity for you, I mean, like, where could you potentially look for the revenue so that you can get to that 21 grand a month and have more time with your son Simon as fast as possible? Again, it's a question that opens up their capacity to think. And by the way, this is helpful to them. Why? Because it's allowing them to think about more creative ways that they can either make the money, get access to the money, so that they can start to move into the opportunities that they really, really want and stop staying stuck. Like, I've just invested £60,000 into a coaching program. Why? Because my revenue is at a decent level right now and I want to take it beyond, and I know that I've got capacity more than what my revenue says right now. Right? So you've got to make, and I want to help more people. So if I want to help more people, I've got to make sure that I'm always expanding my creativity. I'm expanding my networks. I'm expanding my opportunity. I'm expanding my skill sets and my ability to serve more people and add way more value. So if I'm adding way more value, then what's going to happen to me? People are going to pour back value into me. And that's the way that selling is serving. I'm so glad that that salesperson sold me that 60 grand opportunity. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he asked me world-class questions that allowed me to inspire and move myself so that I can manifest a different result. And you've got to be thinking that same way. All right? So, paid process, problem, accelerate, isolate. And by the way, I missed this bit out. Isolate is to identify the consequence of not moving forward. What's the consequences of not moving forward? So let's say, straight after they've gone into, oh, I want to achieve X, Y, and Z. And by the way, if you don't, develop the skills in order to market your business more successfully, and you end up staying the same at 5 grand a month, what's the consequences of that? And how would that hinder you potentially? Oh my goodness, it will stop me doing X, it will stop me doing Y, and I'll feel really frustrated. And how long do you want to have that problem manifest itself? Like, there's just so many questions that just like dig deep into, but here's the ultimate philosophy. Dig deep into the problem, accelerate into the solution, isolate the gap and show them the consequences of not moving forward, or ask them questions around that, and then demonstrate how your solution is the bridge to go from problem to opportunity, and bang, money will start appearing into your bank account and people will start motivating themselves to work with you rather than you trying to motivate them. Has that been helpful? If so, do me one favor, click the link below, like this video, so that we can share it with more people and the YouTube algorithm will express it to more people. And second, subscribe to the channel for more conversations and clarity just like this so that you can get paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds more than what you're currently getting paid right now. Share this with your sales team or share this with somebody who might benefit from receiving it, because as you know, my name is Jazz Rose and I love to serve value to as many people as possible. All right, so like, subscribe, comment below what was your favorite insight or question, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Oh, by the way, we've got a free community. Tap the link around the description below where I drop amazing gems pretty much daily and insights to help you grow your wealth, grow your income, and grow your opportunity. So click the link below somewhere around this video, and I'll see you very, very soon. Peace!